Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully your weekend is good. You're having a nice time. And thank you for joining us for some more weekend content. Hopefully you're getting to grips with this by now. Each and every Saturday and Sunday at 5, we do one of these craft alongs. So we've got another one coming your way tomorrow, and each and every weekend. So it's lovely to have so many of you with us watching these. Tell everybody else as well, because we want to make sure that you get the very best out of these shows. And certainly the ones that we've got coming up and the ones that we've been doing have been featuring very heavily on the product that we brought you over birthday. So it's really beneficial for everybody really who shop with us on birthday to be joining us on these shows. Obviously they are pre-recorded, so we won't be able to answer any of your questions live. However, I know our social superstars are on the shows, and I know lots of you chat amongst yourselves as well. So hopefully if you do have a bit of a question, either they can answer it for you, or perhaps one of our other viewers who is watching the show. Today, we're going to be concentrating on the Zen Garden collection. This was the final of the colour trends, which proved very popular when we launched it at the birthday event. Two options for you, which I'll go into in just a few moments' time. But of course, with these craft along shows, it is all about doing a project for you in real time. So we're going to find out about that project and also find out exactly what you are going to be needing as we head over to the man who is leading the craft along, the one and only Mr. Craig Laird. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you very much. Raring to go for this craft along. This craft along where I am taking no accountability for the incredible demo that we're ready to do here. No, I have not done this one. No, this one comes courtesy of our incredible and talented Nicole Bretherick here. Now, when it came to the Zen Garden, I was trying to think, Ben, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then I seen this one that Nicole had done. She'd done many, many beautiful ones, and I thought, I have to, when I say replicate it, it's going, it's not going to be exactly as Nicole's. We're going to change a couple of bits instead. However, we're going, of course, we follow the look and the style of this card here. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, that I thought, let's have a little play when it comes to recreating it. So when it comes to what you're going to need, so if you're going to want to actually recreate this in the same way that I'm going to do it, we're going to use elements from the Zen Garden collection. Then I'm going to be using the bold pattern stencil from the stencil set. We're going to use the delightful daisy die set. We're going to use a sentiment from the fabulous fuchsia love and thought stamp set. We're going to need our noir black waterproof ink pad. You're going to need watercolour cardstock, white card, black card, some green linen cardstock, mint cardstock, and a 7x7 card blank. Then the additional items we're going to need is we're going to need the G2 or Gemini of some form. We're going to need a large guillotine. We're going to need our stencil and stamping platform. We're going to need our fine spray mister, ball tool, paintbrush, tape pen, tacky glue, foam pads, and that's everything that you're going to be needing to actually follow along and, well, be interested, and it'll be good to see your take on what you create. Because the great thing with something like this, Ben, even if we all follow along with the exact same way, water doesn't play exactly the same for everyone. You're going to get a different look, different style, and a different consistency as well. So this is the inspiration from Nicole's card, and we're going to, well, in a moment, we're going to get cracking.
And as always, if you do decide to recreate this project, I mean, indeed, you might be crafting along with us right now, make sure you share your pictures. You can always send them to us at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, or if you're popping them up on the socials, make sure you tag us, particularly Craig, so we can see all of your makes. It's always a joy and a delight when we flick on our Facebook pages and we see that we've been tagged in your pictures, and that is what it's all about. There's the studio email address on your screen if you do want to send your pictures in. Just to go through everything for you, there is a showstopper option available for you, and then just the Zen Garden goodies on their own. At time of recording, because remember this is a recorded show, we have 18 of these showstoppers remaining. So that may well have changed, but currently it is 18. But check the website for the full details. The showstopper is incredible because you will get all of the brand new goodies within the Zen Garden range. And the genius about this, of course, again, is that we give you all of these different mixed media products which are going to work beautifully with each other because we've chosen the colours that will work. And I think that's one of the biggest fears when people are thinking about doing mixed media projects, that they think, well, I don't know what colours are going to work with what. We've handpicked these, curated this collection for you once again, so that you've got all of these different layers to be able to create fantastic projects. So We start here. You've got a beautiful duet ink pad in there. That is the Mountain Blue, and again, all of the colours that you've got in here, I think, apart from the gilding flakes, are all brand new to this set. You've also got a beautiful shimmer ink pad in the Japanese maple, and then we bring you a shimmer spray as well, which is absolutely stunning, that cherry blossom. 2 pens, as always. Well, actually, there's 3 pens, but you've got the Garden Majesty Tricolour Aqua, so one of our watercolour pens. 3 different colours that you've got there, but of course, once you're adding your water to those, you can create all of the different hues, mix the colours around. You're then going to get your Reflective Pool Tricolour Brush pen, so this is your alcohol marker. 3 colours within that 1 pen, and there's your 3rd pen, actually, so we're giving you another one of our paint markers in the Blush Metallic. Loads of glitter, so you've got the beautiful Lily Pond Chunky Glitter paste, and then you've also got your Water Lily glitter paste in there too, and alongside that you've got that beautiful big tub of Lotus Flower glitter. Gilding flakes you're going to get as well. That is that beautiful, pretty pink gilding flake selection, and then down the other side of the board here are all of your sort of added embellishments. So you've got your Petal Breeze. These are those beautiful faceted gems in the purple and blue. You've got your Blossom drops in your pearls. Then you've got those stunning jasmine sequins, which again give you all sorts of different colours as the light hits them in different directions. And then you've also got your pot of glitter glue, which is that stunning willow. So those are all of the elements as far as the Zen Garden is concerned. If you go for the showstopper, we're then going to give you, and there's only 18 of these currently, as I've said, it may well be less now because we are a few days down the line since we filmed this, but you're going to get the blending brushes, 5 of those, which tend to sort of go in and out of stock because they're so super popular, but we've got those available within the bundle. You've got your gilding flakes tool set included in there as well, so your dry stamp, your buffer, and then the glue included, and your fantastic mixed media mat as well. That has got 12 palette squares, 12 palette circles, so you can do all your mixing in there, and a 9x12 work surface, along with a little recess on the side for you to be able to pop your tools into as well. That should be an extra £47 or $57. It's just £20 or $20 on top of the price of what the Zen Garden is, but only for a handful of people. So that brings you that price to $63.20 or $87.99 if you're platinum. If you just want to go for the Zen Garden collection on its own, we do have a lot more of that stock available for you. Alrighty, we are going to get into this. As I say, feel free to chat away to each other on the socials. As I say, questions we can't answer, but our social media superstar should be able to do that for you. And as I say, I'm sure we've got lovely viewers watching. You can chat amongst yourselves. But let's get into it. So this is, well, as I say, it's your project, but it isn't your project. Your take on Nicole's project, isn't it?
It is indeed. So we're going to start off with taking a piece of our watercolour cardstock, Ben, and I'm going to go in with my guillotine as well. So let's start off. We're going to pop this one in. Now we're going to cut this one 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And what I'd also get you to do, if you've got your card blank, trim that to 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. The reason I put 7 by 7, Ben, is because you don't get 6 1/2 by 6 1/2 card blanks. So I just put 7 by 7, and you're going to chop that down to 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. Got a watercolour cardstock, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to go in with the bold patterns. These came out with our Colour Creations.
Okay.
And or our the explosion powder.
Pearl powders.
Pearl powders, thank you. That was it. Pearl powders that these ones came out with.
Yeah, remember these now.
So I'm going to go in with this one here. So we're going to go, and the good thing with the stencils, this sort of collection, is you don't have to be precise. Forgive me, is this is covered, I should have checked beforehand, but this is covered in watermark ink pad. So let me just clean.
Who put that back in there like that?
Oh, who would have done that? So let's go along. I'm going to say that was Sarah. So let's
Sarah
start.
Oh dear.
She's off the mountain now, isn't she?
I think she's back down the mountain, yes.
Oh, so much so that she was back in the building during the week. Didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to still blame her, even although she is back now.
Yeah, I think you're safe. She's the other side of the building, so
Yeah.
she won't be able to hear you.
Perfect. Well, of course, you know, I don't think she's in this weekend, is she? So,
I wouldn't have thought so.
no, during the week. During the week.
I hear she watches these shows, though, so you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see if the WhatsApp goes.
Yeah, on a big cinema screen that she's got in her lounge at home.
She got a big projected one, does she?
I don't know if it's a projector, but it's like 100 inches or something. It's absolutely massive.
Is that it?
Oh.
Is that it?
I've got a 200-inch one at home.
I want one of those. You know those, all the rage at the moment, the projective screens.
Oh.
You know, the ones that, like the cinema, that project onto the white wall.
Oh, yeah, so you just got a projector on your ceiling.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. But you would need a big, like, drop-down screen for that, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah, or a white wall,
Yeah.
which I do have, where my TV is currently.
Oh.
So I could.
Is that what you're going to do?
We'll wait and see. Depends on the quality, you know. If it's not matching kind of like the high def quality, you know, watching us in high definition,
Oof.
love it, love it. But look at that, that's all that you need to do, Ben. That was it. All that I done is I popped my stencil on, I went in with some of the Mountain Blue, which is one of the duets that you get within the collection, and I've just taken one of those blending brushes and I've just gone into the middle here. What I am also going to do is just into one corner here, I'm just going to pick some of that colour up into place here, and I'm going to do a little bit down into here as well. Just picking up that colour, and then to clean the brush, spritz it with water, bit of scrap card, just back and forth, back and forth.
Are those brushes your go-to now for when you're blending?
I'm using them a lot. I would say my preferred method is still with the square blending tool.
Okay, it's a rectangle.
That are rectangles. But I am a total convert to the brushes now. Absolutely love them. Really, really do love them. And I just think the ease of blend that you've got is really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to spritz onto my cardstock, and then we're just going to start to let that kind of move. So we're just going to let that move. So that was kind of like one spritz. I've done a spritz onto my glass mat first just to get that spritzing through.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to have that moving ever so slightly into all the little areas, because you can still see the shapes of the stencil running through. What I'm going to do is where I've got this little bit that I blended, I'm just going to pick that up there. I'm going to do the same into the corner here, and then happy enough with that, I am. So let's take that excess off. I'm just going to sit that for a moment, and where we've got these darker pools, what's going to happen is they're going to dry dark.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think I put the heat gun on the list, but if I didn't, I know many of you have got a heat tool at the side of you anyway. You can let it dry naturally. It's just going to take a little while to dry, and it will start, if you're using the heat tool, it will start to buckle your card. Don't worry, that's normal. And it'll all be fixed once we actually come to the actual adhering to our card blank. So we're just going to dry that off. Let's hover over the top there. Let those pools and these puddles dry. You're going to get more of that kind of darker outer edge into here as well. And then what I can do is we can just let it naturally finish off drying. So we're just creating a background. Now, how easy was that? You don't have to have been crafting for a long time to do a distressed background. Ink over the top, spritz with water, let it travel. You can still see the stencil work there into the background there. There's not any water really gone there, so you see that full design of the stencil, and then you've got your black puddles down into here. Then what we're going to do, always wipe your glass mat after your heat tool, because the condensation builds up and it's wet.
That's a good tip.
So if I were to tip that over again, then what's going to happen is then I can then get more of a full bleached effect because it's wet on my glass mat, which I don't want. So we're then going to go into, let's go in with the soothing shade. So
What?
that nice soothing shade.
Ah,
And then we're just going to scribble onto our glass mat. What did you think I said?
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No.
And then we're going to go in with some water here. We're going to do one of my very, very, very simple but favourite techniques. and I'm just going to splatter.
Splatter.
Splatter into place there to create our base layer.
What I love about this is it looks very arty and it looks like you would have to be sort of next level to be able to do this, but what you've shown us is very imprecise and, like you say, very easy for a beginner to tackle, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And this will not look like Nicole's card.
No.
I've just taken inspiration from Nicole's card. I love the layout, I love the dies that she used, I love the formation, I love the style, and I just loved, of course, that whole of the collection that she used. And I say the whole of the collection with this bed. Don't think, and I think with previous trend collections, people have thought they're doing something wrong if they're not using it all together.
Exactly right.
Don't worry about that. You might use all of the elements together. I don't think, to this date, on any trends collections, Ben, I've used all the components at once. You might only use one. You might use three. You might use them all. You might not. So you're not doing anything wrong if you're not using all of the elements.
I almost think it'd be quite difficult to use all of the elements on one project, wouldn't it?
Oh, I would struggle big time. Big time. Now that was 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, so I'm just going to come just over the 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, just by a few millimeters, because I want a really, really fine black matten layer. So we've got a nice fine black matten layer that you can see. Easier for me to say, black matten layer that you can see there in place. And then we're going to then take some mint. Now this one was from the Hydrangea collection, if anyone wants to know. And this one we are going to cut to 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So if I layer this one onto here, if I layered the black, you can see you're just getting that little bit of the mint popping around the edges. We're then going to go into this green here, which was from Myths and Legends.
Yes,
I want
sounds
to
like
say.
it. Looks like it, yeah.
And I'm then going to, so that one, we're going to go, forgive me, Ben, forgive me, let me take that one there. So that one, that green mint, was meant to be 6 inches, Ben. So let's take another sheet there. Yes. Speaking to myself. 6 inches. So if I pop that there we go. Bigger mint. That's what I'm wanting. So that mint was 6 inches. We're going to go in with that turquoise, 6 1/4 by 6 1/4.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a quarter of an inch bigger. So if I pop that there, and then that one will go into place here, and then that's going to sit nicely over the top. What I want to do is just give myself a very fine black matten layer again. If you're new to crafters or you're new to me as a crafter, you'll soon learn that I like my mats and layers.
He does.
Always have and always will. I think it always frames your cards.
What's the most mats and layers you've ever done, Nicola's asking?
So, it's a really good question. And what I'll do is I'll bring this in for kind of a visual. So we've got very thin black matten layer there. So if I bring that in, the most I tend to do is 3. So that's 3 on a... I know some of you might class this as like another 1 or another 2.
Yeah.
But these are separate layers. So I would say, if possible, try not to do any more than 3. I know even that's a lot for some people. 2 you get away with. 1 works an absolute treat. It's just about lifting that back panel. It's about giving that framework, it's drawing that eye in. But I would always say, if you can, 3 is the max.
Do you know what? He loves mats and layers so much, he even changed his surname.
I did.
That's how much he loves them.
We just need you to change your name to Matt.
The Matt and Laird show.
Could you imagine?
That would be so good.
How funny would that be?
Are you really funny?
That would be really, really funny. You were Matt, I was Laird, the Matt and Laird show.
Matt Moseby. That would actually work quite well, actually. Matt Moseby.
Matt Moseby.
Might change my name by default. It costs about 20 quid, I think.
I don't think it's... I can't remember. So I changed, for those that don't know...
Because this is true. If you think I was joking, I mean, we're joking about the reason he changed his name, but you did change your name, didn't you?
I did change my name, yeah.
Yeah.
So I changed my surname to my stepdad's name. So my stepdad's surname is Laird. But that was, I don't know, Ben, 20 odd years ago? Trying to think. My mum and John will have been married. They were married in December 2000, so 24 years.
24 years.
Yep. So I would say about just over 20 years ago, I changed my surname. Do you know what my surname originally was?
I want to say, was it Wright?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wright. Sometimes I wish I still had the surname Wright, only because think of the fun that we could have. Craig Wright's always right. You know, quirky little
Mr. Wright.
things. Mr. Wright, yeah. But no, I love my surname. Love having my stepdad's surname. Just a little bit of, what's the word? Acknowledgement for everything that he's done.
How much did it cost you, did you say?
I can't remember, because my mum and John would have paid for it back then.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, you have to change all of your licences and stuff, don't you? And passport's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is.
60 odd quid, so maybe it does add up. Maybe I won't change to Matt Moseby. I'll just stay as Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, I could change my professional name to Matt Moseby.
Yeah.
But then I think people would get confused if I then, you know, next show I come on and go, hi, welcome to Crafty TV. I'm Matt Moseby.
Or just put AKA.
AKA.
That's what we've done with your apparently, AKA.
Oh, yes.
Your job title.
Yeah, maybe.
Your job role.
The Matt and Laird show.
It would be fun, wouldn't it? It would be fun. But look at that, that's now given us the base of our card for us to then build onto. So what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm going to build my whole card, and then once I have finished this bit, what we'll do is we'll take a bit of white cardstock, cut and stamp our sentiment, and then we can take a break.
Yeah.
So I'm going to layer that into there. So let's press that on. And then we're going to go in. Now, Nicole used the stamp set Love You, but I really like the delicate sentiments that you get within the fabulous fuchsia.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in with love. So let's take with love here. And then I've got some white cardstock. If I take my guillotine, so take the guillotine here. You can either stamp and cut and stamp if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp first. So let's take our stamping platform and a cleaner bit of card. And I'm just going to go down to one of the edges. So if I come down into here with love.
These again, by the way, at time of recording, we had a handful of these in stock, didn't we, producer Nicola, the stamping platform? So if you missed out on the new one, check the web, because as of today, which is your Saturday or Monday, confusing that, isn't it? They are in stock.
Yeah, absolute game changer. Absolutely love these ones. And it's not that I didn't like the last one, but the last one, in all honesty, you didn't really see me using a lot. I tended to use just maybe the 6x6 one.
That's very
or the
true,
4x4,
actually. Yeah.
Whereas I have found that I've been using this one a lot more. I think because you don't have to faff about with the actual magnets.
The magnets, yeah. And sometimes I suppose they could get in the way a little bit, couldn't they?
They can do, yeah. So visually, all that I'm doing, I'm just going to lean over the edge with my guillotine, and then I'm going to trim. And then what I'm going to do here, so that you guys know at home, that's 3 inches by 1 3/4. So it's, 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches.
Yeah.
And what I'm then going to do is I'm just going to use my scissors, and then I'm going to cut at a little angle. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of that black card that we've got left. So we're going to add that one. I'm going to go into that top corner. So I've got a little black matting layer. And then let's just trim some of that excess away. And then we're going to do the same again. So I'm going to come up to the edge, little and often, although that's pretty much spot on. You can tell I do this a lot, can't you? And then cut. Just
perfect, that.
Do a
Oh,
just a teensy.
such a perfectionist.
I am. I really, really am. Just that top point into there. There we go. That's it. So we've then got our little with love. And then so that it's going to be ready for when we need Ben, we're going to pop some foam pads on. And other than tidying up, that's all that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any more. I'll get the dies ready. We'll get the Delightful Daisy dies ready. And then we can crack on when we come back.
All right. If you want to go for the showstopper, remember just to say at time of recording, we had 18 of these left. It will be less than that if you have looked and somehow we sold out. Apologies, but it is currently still in stock. The showstopper gets you all of the Zen Garden goodies, which I'll recap on when we come back. Plus, you get the Gilding Flakes toolkit, 5 of those blending brushes that Craig has been using, and of course that mixed media mat included as well. If you just want the Zen Garden collection on its own, again, you can find that on the website. Just simply shop the show. We will come back in about 4 minutes time for the next part of this amazing craft along, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up, then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come in to work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes for the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us this Saturday. What time is it where you are now? It's 5:30, isn't it, Saturday? Right about that time. Not that time where we are. Not Saturday either. It's a pre-recorded show, in case you're wondering. If you're thinking, why isn't Ben reading any of the comments out? I've said hello and he's ignoring me. I'm not. It's just I'm not really here. Ooh. Always pre-recorded on a Saturday and Sunday at 5. Loads of great content for you and loads of craft alongs. As you are seeing right here with the Zen Garden collection, we have a small amount of the showstoppers remaining. If you just want the collection on its own, that is everything that you're going to be getting within the set. So you've got your new ink pads there, the Mountain Blue, which Craig used, a duet ink pad. You've got your Japanese maple shimmer ink pad. We've got shimmer sprays in there. You've got your pens in there too, so you've got a tricolour aqua, the Garden Majesty, beautiful reflective pool in your tricolour brush pen, so that's your alcohol markers, glitter paste like you've never seen before, the chunkiest, most beautiful lily pond. You've got the water lily glitter paste as well, and then you've got a tub of glitter included too, so that one is your lotus flower glitter, gilding flakes, metallic marker in there in the blush, and then you've got some beautiful glitter glue alongside that, all of your little added embellishments. So we're giving you a big box of your jasmine sequence, and when I say big, you can see for yourself, that is what we call a big tub in the industry. Big tub. 50 grams. It's just, we call it a big tub. It's like jargon. You're also going to get your pearls as well, your blossom drops, and then you've got a tub of your Pedal Breeze gems in there too. There's beautiful faceted gems. All of that. Plus, if you go for the showstopper, boom, gilding flakes kit, boom, blending brushes, 5 of those in their individual cases, and your mixed media mat as well. That should be an extra £47, $57. You pay 20 extra within the showstopper, and that gives you that price of £63.20 platinum or $87.99. Let's get back to it then. About half an hour left on the craft along. So what's the next part, Craig?
Right, let's start and do the die cutting within the daisy. So we're going to go in with the die set. Let's go in with our cutting plates, and I've got some white cardstock. So if we layer these over the top, now because we're going to be shaping them, Ben, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 layers at once. I know it's not something that I tend to do. I always tend to say do them individually, but because, as I say, we are going to shape them, it doesn't really matter if the base layer isn't overly smooth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Well, actually, let's do it. I'm not sure if that will cut through the 2 layers, but let's give it a shot anyway. Let's do frosted, let's do magnetic, and then we're going to do our top plate. So we're going to lift that one, run that one through here within our Gemini. These, of course, will go through your junior, they'll go through your midi, of course. Some of them will go through your smaller machines, your mini. So let's take these bits out here. So if I pop these ones out, and one of them's just popped on the floor, so we'll get that in a second after I've popped that out. So that's out there. And so if we maybe, is it got, oh, just and no more. Looks like it has. Thank you for picking them up, Ben.
You're welcome.
Let's take that one out.
Fair flew out that, didn't it?
It did. It did. It's just because I had the 2 layers of cardstock.
Ah.
So, yeah, so beware, because it's not got any, if you do 2 layers of cardstock, the top layer, it's not got the plate to grip into. It's gripping into that underneath piece of cardstock,
yeah,
which can make it that little bit notorious for slipping and sliding. So there's that one, and then there's that one, and then we should have one in here. Now you've got embossed detailed lines in them. I'm not embossing them because we are going to shape them.
Okay.
So don't need to emboss them. So we've got that one, and then that one, and then I've got that second centre here, and then did that, oh, I stand corrected, look at that.
Did it all?
It did do it all of that. And let's, do need any of that? Nope, Let's move it out the
Never
way.
doubt the power of the Gemini.
Never doubt it. Never doubt it. Although in saying that, we only need... Oh no, we do need two. It was a way to question the amount that I need to use, but I shouldn't even question myself. So I'm going to then come along here. So let's bring these ones in. Now what I'm going to do with the centre of the flowers here, let's bring in one of the mediums. So if I take the pen, and I pack it away, here we go. I'm going to bring in that pen. I'm going to come in with that little bit of the mountain blue as well. I'm just going to go side by side, and we're going to go back into the soothing shade like so. Let's go in with our water spirits or water spray. We're just going to spray that, and then what I'm just going to do is kind of like lightly press and then move.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to lightly press, move. Let's pick up some of that darker shade. Let's go in with the leaves here, pick that one up, and then we're going to go in with that one as well. Pick that one up like so. We're then going to go in with the stems, so let's just tap, and let's just tap that one in. What I'm then also going to do, certainly with these last few, we've got a little bit more of the blue tone from that mountain blue coming through. So I'm going to go back in, so I'm still using the soothing shade at this point. I'm going into a smooth bit of my glass mat, i.e. no water, and let's dip a little bit of that in, just to get a little bit more of those green tones. We can always blend that out by dipping into the water, even just using our fingers. Let's add a little bit more water here. Dip that one in, like so. And then even just smooth that out. I'm going to do the same within this one here. Let's actually dip that in a bit of water first. And then you can even just start to smooth that one out. And then, actually, let's do the same with that. Give it a little bit more of the green tone, a little bit more of the green. See how I'm not being precise?
Yeah.
I'm not being precise whatsoever. Just getting that little bit of shade in there. I can see them coming together.
That's why mixed media is, you know, something not to be scared of, because I think a lot of people see these kits and go, oh, mixed media, too scary. But it's such an imprecise art a lot of the time, isn't it?
It is really imprecise when it comes to the creation and the formation of what you're making.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do here is if I bring my stamping platform, or my stamping mat, I should say.
Yeah.
So we're just going to move them out the way for now. We'll let them start to dry naturally, and then we can always finish it off with the heat tool.
That's well loved.
Now, what I'm going to do, it is well loved, isn't it? I'm going to turn it over, Ben, and I'm going to come to the bottom. And that is because we can shape it with our ball tool. Now, if you're going to do that, the reason I turn it over is if we were to start shaping in the middle, over time, you're going to get an indent there, which is going to affect any future stamping that you do with on this mat. So what I like to do is I like to turn it over, and now this base one of the daisy, I'm going to keep flat. We're going to go in with the second layer here, and then what we can do is we can then just start from the centre and work our way in. So I'm just going to rock back and forth like so. It will start to kind of create that closed cup, but we're going to rectify that in a moment. And we're just going to then press that in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with our pokey tool. And this is really where I use the back of the stamping mat. And then I'm just going to kind of go like down the centre. You'll have seen me do this in the past with things like our poinsettias, and that's just creating that little bit of that sharper point.
What are you doing there then? Just you're not going through the card, are you?
No, I'm laying my pokey tool flat.
Right.
Flat on my stamping mat, and then I'm just pressing.
Okay.
So flat, press, flat, and press.
Yeah.
Just going to then flatten that little bit more. So we've got a little bit of roundness, but then we've also then got a little bit of shape to it as well that you can see here. So I've got that one. If we go in for that next layer, so this is the layer that's going to go on top, just going to then do the same again. So let's just press, pull, press, pull. So that's giving us that roundness from the centre of the flower to the edge of the petal, and then we're going to do the same again with our pokey tool. So we're just going to then press, 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 work our way all the way round like so. And then if I take this next one, so base one, and then we're going to go in, was that both the same? Was that? Yes, it was. There we go. It's that one. There we go. There's our top layer. Now the top layer, I'm not going to use the ball tool because they're a little bit more finer. So I'm just going to work my way around. We're going to then lay down, press, and we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So we're going to get that central dip in between each petal. And then the last one we're going to do here. And then what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to stop and just kind of get all my bits sorted in that.
Yeah.
And then take a little break, and then when we come back, we can then carry on. But I'm not going to do any more. We're just going to go on. The only thing I will do, Ben, is I'll maybe give this a little waft with my heat tool, just to get that dried, but that is it. I'll not do anything else until we come back.
Excellent stuff. We will take a short break. Remember to get your bits and pieces checked out if you want to grab. A lot of the items as well available for you individually. So if you do just want to stock up, maybe you bought the Zen Garden collection previously at a birthday and you want to stock up on anything, do check the shop, the show for all of the details of all of the individual items. But like I said, we will have a short break, and when we come back, we will be finishing off this amazing craft along. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Day-to-day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. dare I say it, a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
She's back in on Monday, D-Rob, so we shall look forward to that. But right now we are going to finish off the craft along. It's the Zen Garden is what we're looking at. If you haven't yet picked this up, still opportunities to grab that showstopper. There'll only be a few though. So say at time of recording there are 18 opportunities left. I'm sure more of those have disappeared, but if they are on the web, snap them up because you get all of the goodies from the Zen Garden collection alongside those added extras as well. £63.20 or £87.99. You can see how much you're saving there. Should be £120, $161. So it's near enough a half price deal if you're platinum, which is incredible. Okay, we're going to get things finished off then with the final few steps. So we are going to pop the flowers on the card now, are we?
We are indeed. We're going to take the centre of the flower. We're just going to turn them around and again on the back. And the reason I do it within the stamping mat is because I just find the consistency of it. It's a nice hard foam that is enabling us to then shape our paper flowers or card flowers that little bit easier. So we've got them two, and then for the leaves, I'm just going to rock and roll back and forth, create that little bit of shape, open it up, and then we're going to do the same with that second one. So let's press that one over like so, and then let's move those ones to the side, and then we're going to bring in our two daisies. So we're going to go in with that one, then we're going to go in with that one. So each of these I'm going to pop on foam pads, but I want like a thin foam pad. So there we go. So about a 2 mil or so, Ben, just so we've not got overly thick or overly high flowers.
Yeah.
So we've got our smallest one here. So let's add that one on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to visually have a look. So the top ones match up.
Could you use your 3D glue at this point, or would it be a bit more difficult in the fact that you're doing like multi-layers?
No, 3D glue gel would work absolutely fine. Yeah, it would, no problem at all. You just need to, as you said, you just need to let it dry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do. So let's pop that one on.
But if there's a man that loves a foam pad, he's your man.
It's me.
The foam pad lad.
There we go. Do it like a foam pad. It is instant. But if you're new or you have any issues with layering up, then I would definitely say glue gel is going to be your best friend.
Gives you a bit more time, doesn't it?
Gives you more time, gives you more manoeuvrability as well. And also it gives you a lot more options of the different heights that you can create. With foam pads, I think there's only maybe about out there 4 or 5 different depths of foam pads.
Yeah.
Whereas with glue gel,
yeah,
you've basically got an infinity amount. Could be, you know, 0.5 mil if you want it to be that precise, to as high as you want. So let's press them in. And then what we're going to do is let's take these 2 little circles we've done. And then I'm just going to go in. If you've got the little squares, use them. But I'm just going to go in and chop those in half. And that can go into place. Now, because we've got that curve to it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 squares. I'll only really act as one because that first one is kind of concaved around the circle that we've shaped. I'm going to turn that one around and that one can go into there. Just press that one around. Same again within this one. We're just going to then chop that one in half here. And if I pop that onto the back, Well, it reminds me like a little duck egg, or is it like a duck egg or goose egg or something?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
how some of them have that minty green
Oh yeah,
colour.
yeah, it's a duck egg, isn't
Is
it?
it a duck
Which is
egg?
that slightly sort of, well, yeah, like duck egg blue, isn't it?
Duck egg blue. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously doing it now, but when you're at home, so do you just tend to get a sort of standard size of foam pad and just trim into them rather than buying different sizes? of
No,
foam pad?
I use all different sizes. Very rare will I chop into them.
Yeah.
I will use them all. I'm a big fan of the original, the 5mm by 5mm square. Big fan of them because they all serve a purpose. But then at home, I literally do, Ben, have all the different sizes lined up in front of me.
Yeah.
Here's little higgledy-piggledy. So let's bring these ones. And then what I'm going to do is let's kind of position these first. So let's go with that lighter stem at the bottom against that dark. And then this one is going to come out the side. So we'll maybe do a little bit of trimming in a minute. But let's go into there. And then that one can go there. This one can then go into there. And then these will go down into there. Right, yep.
This is brilliant.
Happy with that. So what I'm going to do is let's take my glue. So at this point you could be using your glue gel if you want to. I'm just using my tacky glue because I'm only going to pop a little bit onto the centre of the base because I can do tuck-ins. I can tuck the stamens and the leaves and that underneath if I need to. So I'm going to then just declog that. Let's add a little bit into the centre there. And then let's go into roughly round about there again. Let's just press. And then let's go into these. So a little bit of glue that runs along. For weeks now, this has been plaguing me, this little applicator. It's just because of the lights, it's because of the heat.
Oh yeah, just sort of dries it up a little bit.
Although it's cold in here today, and it has been this week, the lights still affect any of our glue bottles or that.
Yeah.
So press that down, then going to come in with our next one. And that one, we're then just going to tuck under, like so. I just want to make sure. Yep, happy with that. And then again, let's just make sure. So that can go there, that can go there, yep. Happy with that.
This is really coming together. I love the colours of it.
I have to say, Ben, not blowing my own trumpet here, but
I'll
this
blow
has
it for you.
turned out no, I'm not going to say a lot better than I thought, but because I just don't know what direction it's going, because ink and colour and water just plays to its own game. So it could have gone any way.
It's worked brilliantly.
And it has. And that's what you can do when you take inspiration. As I say, I've taken inspiration from our Nicole's card. I've gone a little bit lighter and pastel.
Yeah.
Whereas she's
Pasteler.
gone a bit deeper within the green. But I've taken inspiration from Nicole's card. And that's the sort of thing you can be doing at home when it comes to what we do on Crafters or what anyone else does that you see out there. So that one can go with love here. And then what I am going to do is let's do 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to come in just a couple of these sequins here. Pick these ones up, wrong end. And then let's do 1. Let's do 2, and then let's do 3. And I am going to leave it like that. That's all that I'm going to do here. The sequins are going to pick up the mint and the duck egg blue. So from what my inspiration was, which was Nicole's card, and her finished example, and that is my take on it.
So good. I love both of them, but I love the fact that the background on yours is a little bit more imprecise, isn't it? It's a bit more faded.
That's it.
Nicole's is a bit more clean, I think.
Exactly.
But they're both equally brilliant in their own way.
In their own way, that look. And can you imagine how that looked if you used totally different colours that you've got within the stash, of course. You've still got your shimmer in there, the Japanese maple. Imagine what that would look if you had those kind of ruby purple tones as well. So yeah, it's going to look completely, I'm not going to say it's going to look completely different, but it's going to look different because water and colour just don't play together, which is a good thing.
It is a brilliant project and one that you can now make for yourself if you've already picked up the Zen Garden collection. If you haven't yet got it, options still available for you. The Showstopper is still available at time of showing you this. May well be on its way out now because there were only 18 of them. But look, if you go for the Zen Garden, this is everything that you're going to be getting here. As Craig said, you know, you can follow the kind of bare bones of the craft along and then choose your different colours that you want to work with. You know, you've got plenty of different colours in here that you can work with if you would like. But all of the pens, the pads that you've got in here exclusive to this collection, like the beautiful Mountain Blue Duet ink pad. You're going to get your Japanese maple ink pad. That's one of our shimmer ink pads, absolutely stunning. Then you're going to get a stunning shimmer spray as well. So that is your cherry blossom. And then 2 pens here. As we always do with these collections, we give you a tricolour aqua, so one of our watercolour markers, 1 pen, but then the 3 different colours, of course, activate with water, change the colours of these, mix them up, you know, draw out the colour and create slightly lighter hues of those. You've then got your reflective pool. That one again is the 3 different colours within the 1 pen, but that, of course, is one of our alcohol markers. Then you've got all of your kind of added goodies in here, like your chunky glitter paste, absolutely stunning that one. That one is called your Lily Pond. And then you've got your standard glitter paste, if you like, which is the Water Lily. Big pot of your glitter as well. That beautiful lotus flower is included, as is your pretty pink gilding flakes. Really good if you can get your hands on your Showstopper because you get the gilding flakes, and also as the added bonus you'll get the gilding flakes kit as well, which will make those nice and easy to apply. Getting another one of our pens in there, so that one is one of our metallic paint markers in the blush. A pot of our glitter glue in that beautiful willow, and then you've got the embellishments here. So big pot of your sequins in the jasmine. Getting a pot of your blossom drop pearls, and then you've also got the Pearl Breeze gems included too. If you're just getting the Zen Garden on its own, that is everything. However, if the Showstopper is still there for you, for an extra £20 or $20, we will give you a set of our blending brushes. These all come individually boxed for you, if you like, so you get 5 of those brushes, each encased, super soft the bristles here as well, just for a brilliant lay down. And as I say, you'll get 5 of those each in their own individual case. There's that Gilding Flakes toolkit as well, so that will work really nicely alongside your pretty pink Gilding Flakes within the kit. You get your pot of liquid glue in there, 20 ml of that. You've got your dry ink pad, and then also 3 of your black sponges you can use just to take off the excess and buffer. And then your mixed media mat is also included in there too. That one is 9 by 12 in size. It's got all of the different recesses in there, so you can create your own little mixing palettes in there with the circular and also square palettes. And then you've got a little tool recess in there as well. 100% silicone, non-stick, waterproof. It's absolutely brilliant. And you're going to get this included within the set only for an extra £20 or $20. You should be paying over £40, over $50 for that. But you're not. $63.20. $87.99 is your platinum price on that. So grab it whilst you can. Craig, thank you so much. I hope if anyone does follow this craft along that they tag us, particularly you, in any pics. We always love to see what people have done, don't we?
We do, yeah. Whether, of course, you do exactly as to what we've done, or, of course, if you change it up. But, of course, this one, all credit to our Nicole Bretherick, who I've replicated my style and my way within this craft along of Zen Garden.
Absolutely love that. We are going to be back tomorrow pre-recorded with another craft along at this time, so 5 o'clock UK, midday Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and we'll be having a play with those fantastic glitter paints, so make sure you are with us for that. But thank you for watching. Massive thank you to Craig as always. Thank you to you guys for tuning in as well, and if you've enjoyed this content on the weekend, make sure you tell everybody else to come and join us tomorrow for what I'm sure will be another fantastic craft along. Thanks for watching, everybody, and from me and him, for now,
toodles.